Hey guys, in this video we're going to be going over all of the achievements in Half-Life 2 Episode 1. This is the game that took place right after the events of Half-Life 2, which, speaking of, I also made an achievement guide for that, so check it out if you haven't. And this game was actually recommended by a few people. We had 360 Gamer V, Jorge Francisco, and Global Throne all sending in recommendations for this down in the comments. So if there is a game that you'd like me to cover or a specific guide you'd like me to make, be sure to drop those down in the comments and I'll consider them. Now this game only has 13 achievements to actually get, so it's pretty short. It only took me about 3.5 hours to complete this, but like always I took my time, so you can definitely get it done in 2.5 to 3. You can get all of the achievements done in one playthrough, but if you do miss one, you can just reload, get them. They're all very simple and easy to get. But if you follow along this guide chapter to chapter, should be a breeze, shouldn't have any issues. Now with all of that out of the way, let's get into the video. Before we get into all of the other achievements, there's one thing to keep in mind. For the one free bullet, you'll need to complete the entire game with only shooting one single bullet. There's a part during the third chapter, Low Life, where you'll have to shoot a lock, and that is the only time you'll be able to shoot if you're going for this achievement. Grenade, crowbar, rocket, and gravgun kills are okay, and do not count against you. I'll point out the part where you have to shoot the lock, but remember to be careful not to shoot guns at all during your playthrough. Now for the first chapter, we have Undue Alarm. Here you'll be able to get Think Fast for killing an elite soldier with his own energy ball. Once your gravity gun gets upgraded, you will shortly come up to the part where you have to turn on bridges. Once you get across the second bridge, you'll start having Combine elite soldiers coming up. These will be dressed in white armor and will occasionally shoot energy balls at you or Alex. When one of them do this, you'll need to catch it with the gravity gun and make sure you shoot it back at that specific elite soldier. To make this even easier, once you catch it, you're going to run right up to the soldier and then shoot it back point blank to make sure you won't miss. Then at the end of this chapter, you'll get Watch Your Head for making it to the bottom of the Citadel's main elevator shaft in one piece. This is a story-related achievement, so it's unmissable. On this chapter, we have the Pacifist achievement for containing the Citadel's core without killing any stalkers. You won't actually get this until the end of the chapter, but you'll need to keep it in mind to not kill any of the stalkers as you go through. For Conservationist, you'll need to kill 5 enemies with the same energy ball. The easiest place to do this is right after you get past the 2 stalkers and go into a hallway where Combine soldiers will be running down to attack you. Just give it a few seconds to allow them to fill up that hallway, grab an energy ball from the left, and shoot it down into the hall. Now if you don't get it, just reload and try getting it again. Then we have Containment for containing the Citadel core. This is another story-related achievement, so it's unmissable, and once you get this, as long as you didn't kill any stalkers, the Pacifist achievement should also activate. On this chapter, you'll end up shortly coming up to the part where you'll have to shoot a lock. This is the one time you can shoot a gun, but after this, make sure you never take a second shot in order to get the one free bullet achievement. You'll also need to be sure to only use the pistol for this, as the shotgun will count each pellet as a separate bullet. For Car Crusher, you'll need to use the cars to squash 15 antlions in episode 1. Eventually, while going through the chapter Low Life, you'll come up to a gate that opens by turning a wheel. On the other side of this, you'll find an antlion hole and a green car. The antlions will infinitely spawn from this hole until you drop the car on top of it to block it. So just grind this one out until it pops up. Then we have Zombie Q for using flares to light 15 zombies on fire. I would recommend using any flares you find to try to get a kill or 2 in the beginning areas to make this a bit easier once we get to the elevator area. Now the main area where you would get this done is once you find the powered down elevator and have to follow a wire to a fuse box. Now after you activate it, there's going to be a horde of zombies spawning that are going to try to attack. There are a decent amount of flares spread throughout this area that you can grab, and light these on fire until you get that achievement. You have a couple of spots later on where you can get a couple more if you're missing one or two, but this is really the main place where you need to get this. Then for elevator action, you'll need to survive long enough to get on the parking garage elevator. This one is also a story-related achievement at the end of the chapter, so it's unmissable. For live bait, you'll need to help Alex snipe 30 enemies in episode 1. Once you throw a grenade to take out the combined sniper, Alex will jump up there and start sniping. As you go through the next few areas, you'll want to draw enemies out for Alex to snipe. Eventually you'll get to a point where there's another antlion hole and you can draw them out infinitely until Alex gets the 30 kills for the achievement to activate. Later on, you'll be able to get Attica for destroying the gunship in the hospital attic. This one is also story related, so it is going to be unmissable. Starting out on this chapter, you'll be able to get Citizen Escort for not letting any citizens die when escorting them to the escape train. This one really isn't too bad. Essentially, you'll want to fill up on rocket ammo so that you can clear enemies out as you escort the groups of survivors. On your way back each time, make sure to clear out the first outside area, then pick up the next group, sprint to the train station, and hurry towards the end while using your rockets to clear out any enemies that spawn. Keep an eye on your squad indicators to make sure none of them get killed on the way to Alex, and it should be fairly simple and easy to get this done. Then we have the last achievement, Escape from City 17, which is for, you guessed it, escaping from City 17 with Alex. This one is the last story-related achievement, so once again, it is going to be unmissable. This is also the point at which you'll unlock the 1 free bullet achievement as long as you did not shoot any other bullets other than the one required to shoot the luck off the gate in the chapter Lowlife. And with that, we now have 100% of the achievements in Half-Life 2, Episode 1. I recently opened up my community Discord server, so come on by, show off your game completions, and hang out for a while. And remember, if you liked the video or found it helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below with what games you'd like me to cover next.